I bet you'll come up with your decision after watching this video. We make decisions every day, every minute really. Some of them come naturally, like, I'm thirsty, should I drink water? The answer is usually obvious. But then there are those other decisions, the ones that don't come as easily. Recently, I was stuck in one of those. I could not make up my mind. One day I'd choose one, the next day I'd go back to the other. It was all that I started thinking about, until I literally started having nightmares about it. I'd wake up so stressed and go right back into the same cycle. That's when I said enough is enough. I needed clarity, not chaos. And what better than to turn to psychology? I went down the rabbit hole of decision-making strategies, listened to podcasts, made notes, tried a bunch of them, and finally, I narrowed it down to the top 3 that helped me actually decide without regret and without losing my mind. So if you're feeling stuck or struggling to make a decision, give me 10 minutes and I'll walk you through the most effective strategies that I found. But real quick, before we jump in, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more psychology and self-improvement tips that are actually helpful. Quick prep before we start. Whichever strategy you choose, you will need 3 things. A quiet and distraction-free space. Seriously, no notifications or people walking around. About 30 minutes of your time and something tangible to write with and write on. This could be a pen and paper, a journal, your iPad, laptop, whatever you're most comfortable with. Just make sure it's something you can look back on later. Now that you're all prepped up, let's start with the third one on our list, the cost-benefit analysis. This is your go-to if you want to make a logical and clear-cut decision. It's especially great for financial, career, or big life moves. The cost-benefit analysis essentially compares what you'll put in and what you'll get out of a situation. It's a way of evaluating whether the outcome of your decision will have more benefits or costs, which helps simplify your decision. Here's how it works. Step 1. Outline your situation. For example, should I switch careers? Step 2. You will need to make 2 columns, one labeled costs, the other benefits. Step 3. Start writing. If you're considering switching careers, for example, your costs might include extra time, training, financial investment, or even uncertainty. Your benefits might be long-term growth, better income, or more alignment with your values. You don't need to write it in order. There is no rule for should I write the cost or benefits first. You can write either of them first or both of them simultaneously as they come to your mind. Just keep going until your mind feels empty or until you've reached that saturation point where no new ideas are coming up. Step 4. Count and compare. Are there more benefits or are there more costs? Do the benefits clearly outweigh the costs, or is the sacrifice too heavy for what you're getting? CBA will help bring structure to emotional decisions by laying everything out in black and white. If you think that CBA isn't the right fit for you, then coming up on number 2, we have The 6 Thinking Hats by Edward Bono. Do you tend to overthink or feel like you're becoming too emotionally attached to the outcome? Then this technique is perfect for you. The 6 Thinking Hats technique is used when you want to look at different perspectives of a situation to come to a decision. It also works great for group decisions or complex situations with a lot of moving parts. The reason why it is called 6 Thinking Hats is because it helps you look at your decision from 6 different angles. The white hat is for objective facts and figures. The red hat is for feelings and emotions, which can include gut feelings. You don't have to give a justification for your feelings at this stage. The black hat signifies caution and critique. Are there any problems, risks, or flaws? Why may this decision not work? What could go wrong? The yellow hat signifies optimism and benefits, which include the positives, beliefs, and values. When you reach the yellow hat, you can ask yourself, why will this work? What's so great about it? The green hat is for creativity and alternatives. Think out of the box here. What other options can we explore? What other decisions, approaches, or solutions do we have? And lastly, the blue hat is for process and control. At this point, you review the past 5 hats inputs and then decide if you're moving forward with your decision or if you want to explore another approach. If you do decide to move forward with it, then you also need to identify your next steps. For example, you're thinking of starting your own business. White hat, I have saved X amount of money, there's demand in the market, I would need to dedicate at least 20 hours a week. Red hat, I feel excited and passionate, but I'm also scared of failing or wasting my money. Black hat, what if I burn out or no one buys what I'm offering? Yellow hat, this could lead to independence, creative freedom, and long-term income. Green hat, maybe I could start with a soft launch or test demand on social media first. Blue hat, I have looked at this from every angle. Based on that, I'll move forward, but I'll also get a mentor and set short-term goals to reduce risk. This technique is powerful because it pushes you to consider things you might normally overlook. It forces balance instead of bias. Suppose you want to make a decision that feels a little more fulfilling and these two aren't hitting the spot. If that's the case, then our next strategy, as well as my personal favorite, we have the priority alignment strategy. Priority alignment is about making decisions based on what actually matters to you, your goals, your values, your life. Instead of relying solely on logic or emotion, this approach reflects decisions in what truly matters to you. If you're choosing between multiple good options like different jobs, degrees, or life paths, and you want to make sure your decision matches who you are and where you're going, then this technique is perfect for you. For priority alignment, we have 3 simple steps. Step 1. Figure out your top priorities. Ask yourself, what matters to me? What do I want to do in the long run? What have I felt most proud doing? What am I looking for? Here is another long list of questions that you can ask yourself to figure out your top priorities. From those answers, pull out your top 5 priorities. These could include things like financial growth, flexibility, creativity, stability, impact, or time freedom. Step 2. Check for alignment. Once you've clarified your top priorities, assess how each choice aligns with them. List your options across the top of the table and put your 5 priorities down the side. For each option, ask yourself, does this support this priority or does it go against it? Let's say you're choosing between 2 career paths. One offers high pay but low flexibility. The other offers creative freedom but slower financial growth. Which one reflects more of your top 5? That's your guide. Once you have a visual comparison, you will be able to see the alignment or misalignment. This way, you'll also have a clear overview of which option actually fits with what matters to you. Bonus strategy: intuitive decision making. Sometimes, no matter how much analyzing you do, no matter how many pros and cons lists you make, or perspectives you explore, something still doesn't feel right. That's when it's time to step back from the logic and tune into something deeper. Your gut. Intuitive decision making means going with what actually feels right to you, even if it doesn't make perfect sense on paper. It's not reckless, it's actually your brain pulling from past experiences, patterns, and internal signals you might not even be consciously aware of. And honestly, there are moments where your gut just knows what your brain hasn't figured out yet. If you've done all the logical work and still feel unsettled, maybe it's time to listen to your intuition. Forget the rules, the techniques, the strategies. What is your heart telling you? Now that you've got my top 3 decision-making strategies and a bonus one for the soul, I want to leave you with one last message. At the end of the day, it's not about making the perfect choice, it's about feeling peaceful with the one that you made. It's so easy to spiral into the what ifs. What if I made the wrong decision? What would have happened if I chose the other path? But try to remind yourself of this. You made the best possible decision with the information, resources, and understanding you had at the time. That is enough. Making a decision is one thing, accepting it is the real challenge. But when you're truly at peace with your choice, that's when you stop looking back and start moving ahead. At the end of the day, our goal is to achieve clarity, not perfection. So try these out, experiment with them for your situation, and let me know in the comments which strategy helped you the most, or do you have one of your own? If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's stuck in indecision right now. Let's help each other think clearer and be brighter. Sending love and serenity your way. Bye bye.